the DSA, the Digital Services Act, and the Digital Market Act will be game changers in Europe. Why is it? Because actually they will result in major changes in the way digital platforms and marketplaces are functioning in Europe. First of all, this is the end of a fragmented approach in Europe. The regulations will apply directly in all member states. Second of all, these regulations contain GDPR-like provisions, which actually enhance very clearly the regulations in Europe. Let's take a few examples. Very high fines, up to 6% of the annual turnover and up to 10% of the annual turnover of the digital players under the DSA and the DMA. Extraterritorial reach to companies outside Europe. New authorities, agencies, enhanced cooperation between EU authorities. These are all key changes in the regulatory landscape. These regulations also include new enhanced obligations for digital players around transparencies, fairness, online advertising, use of algorithm, everything around protecting consumers. They also contain targeted rules applicable to very large platforms, gatekeepers, the so-called gatekeepers that we hear a lot about in the newspapers.
Right, and just to pick up on that concept of the big tech companies being forced to be more transparent, they've got to start submitting data to national regulators on a more regular basis. I just wonder whether you foresee a potential issue arising between some of the national regulators and what the EU are proposing at an EU-wide level. And here specifically, you could refer to the Irish national regulator, where it's not in the interest of the country to go down too hard on some of these big tech companies.
Yeah, but that's a very good question. And actually it goes at the heart of the approach the European authorities are taking. It is clearly time where there will be intense debate between the member states and in the European Parliament, because actually the change and the regulations will not be enacted tomorrow. It will be probably a couple of years before we have them. And it means that we will expect a lot of lobbying, consultation, dialogue between the member states, but also lobbying from the players itself. Ultimately, the idea is to have a harmonized approach applicable to all member states, with all member states actually supporting it. And the political support in Europe is actually strong, with countries like France and Germany and others pushing for these regulations to be adopted. So probably there will be some changes in the coming months, but the proposal will probably not be watered down at the end.